playoffs. And before we get there, we have the play-in tournament slate. That's right. Okay. Sometimes people get confused at what this is. All right, well, why isn't 7 playing 10? Why isn't 8 playing 9? Here's the deal. 7 plays 8. Winner is in as the 7 seed. Loser has to play one game, a winner take all against whoever wins 9 and 10. So the 9-10 loser is out, the 7-8 winner is in, and the other 2 play each other for the final spot. If I confused you more, I can't help you at this point in time. That's as simple as I can make it. All right, let's bring our guys in for the selections. Areas out in Vegas. He always has the numbers set for us. Wizard of Odds, Kenny White. Bill Reiter, of course, in as well. Let's start with the Cavaliers heading to Brooklyn to take on the Nets. Nets are on a 4-game win streak, all 4 by 8 or more, including a win over Cleveland. I mentioned the winner is the 7th seed in the East and takes on the Celtics. The Nets are the worst team in the history of the NBA this year, of any team ever, in terms of number against the spread in their building. They're the worst home team against the number ever. You got to give 8.5. You got a total there, 228.5. Kenny White, what do you want to do?
Yeah, it's such a big number, EK. I think the number, though, is right where it should be. Would have loved to had Jared Allen back for Cleveland in this game, but I'm going to go under the total. You set it up for me, just underhand softball pitch. This is a do or die game. Everything is in this basketball game. One team moves on, the other team has to play another game. So I'm going to go under the total. I think it's going to be a very closely contested game throughout. Brooklyn may pull away a little bit in the fourth quarter to, get close to covering this spread, but I doubt it. I think Cleveland can stay close. And the biggest thing is Evan Mobley back for Cleveland now. He's that defensive stopper they missed. This team was 47-35 to the under this year, but Mobley missed about 15 to 20 games. And with him in the lineup, boy, they're an awfully good defensive team. So I'll go under the total.
Yeah, this is a good defense without Mobley. It's an elite defense when Mobley is there. I think the Nets probably win this game, but EK just said it. This is a team wildly the Nets, unreliable against the spread, and just unreliable in general. We know their ceiling is remarkably high, but there's a floor here. I don't think they lose to the Cavs. They certainly can. I know Cleveland has struggled since the All-Star game. They've been under 500. With Mobley back, a team that plays defense, and a Nets team that has a range of possibilities, including being atrocious in big moments, I like the Cavs to cover the 8.5. I don't know if they win the game, but I think it'll be close.
Would you sprinkle a little on the Cavs to pull the upset? Because you know you're going to get a huge price in your favor.
So I already have, but I probably shouldn't have, because this is where you shouldn't bet the things that you write as a sports writer.
It's plus 320.
I'm selling the Nets in general. I faded them all year. I've made money. I'm better lucky than good. You said it. I faded them all year, and that has gone very, very well. There's certainly a chance that they just get off to a rhythm. It's one game. They jump out on Cleveland. Cleveland hasn't played well, and they run away with the game. But I absolutely think there are scenarios where Cleveland can win. There's some value there.
All right, let's go next game, Kenny White. So the winner of this game is the 7th seed and takes on the Celtics. The loser has to play the winner of this game. And that's for everybody's professional life. The loser of this game's out. So this is a one-game loser is out. Not winner is in, but loser is out. And the Hawks are at home. And, Kenny, this is a strange team. They lose 10 in a row at home in the middle of the year. Since then, they're 19-3 at home. I mean, that is just an abrupt U-turn. They're given 4.5. Your total here, 236.5. What do you want to do in this one?
I think the number's right on. I made the Hawks 4.5 in this game. And, yeah, you're right. 2 big swings at home this year, and they are playing much better there. But I do like this Hornet team. And this was a really tough game because both these teams have great scorers. Their defenses are not that great. They're about an average defensive teams, maybe a little below average, but this is the playoffs, and it's such a big game, and this is a gigantic total. I just need one bad quarter. I'm going to go under the 236.5 and hope for one quarter to come between 45 and 50 points. Give me a great chance to keep it under for the game.
Yeah, I love Atlanta in this game, and I love Atlanta to beat whoever they have to play to keep going if you want to make a bet on Atlanta making the actual playoffs. They're a lot like last year's Hawks team where they turned it around, only this sample size has been smaller. They did it last year after the All-Star game when there was a coaching change, but they've actually tried on defense the last 3 or 4 weeks. They've been a markedly different team as a result. Trae Young, you see him right there, is an absolute machine. And we forget so easily sometimes, Eric, these guys last year, more or less the same basketball team, certainly the same core, made a run to the Eastern Conference Finals last year. They may not do that this time around, but I think they will take care of Charlotte. They'll click into that mode they were in last year. They know how to win in the postseason. I love Atlanta.
All right, let's go out west for that play-in tournament. And, Bill, I'll start with you. Clippers, They're the 8 seed heading up to Minnesota. They're the 7 seed. So again, people wonder why 7 played it. I thought it was 7, 10, 8. No. The winner of this is in and is the 7 seed and will take on the 2nd seeded Memphis Grizzlies. This game in Minnesota, Clippers are getting 3, 230.5 is your total in this one. I kind of would take maybe a shot on the Clippers on the money line here. They're playing very well. They've won 5 in a row, 4 of those 5 by 19 or more. Do you trust the Wolves? Where are you going to head here?
I don't trust the Wolves, which is why I hate this game. And whatever bet I make, and I'll have something on there, it'll be minimal. I've got Minnesota winning the game because they're the better basketball team. They've got more talent, and I do think Patrick Beverley is a mastermind in the postseason in big games, getting in the heads of opponents. This is his former team, and Paul George sounded a little rattled talking about it the other day in a postgame press conference. But PG is back. This Clippers team has played really well of late. Nothing would surprise me. I've got Minnesota covering, EK.
This is the game you like the least of the 4.
I don't like it at all because here's the reality. Karl Anthony Towns, who made my All-NBA team, 3rd All-NBA team, the guy's an amazing player, but everyone in the NBA knows there's a level of unreliability that comes to this play in his defense. It's a one-off. You think he'll bring the focus. You think he'll be great. He's had a great season, but is he capable of just not showing up in this game without the postseason history of a lot of the folks he's playing against on the other side? It's possible. I'll bet on the talent. I don't feel great about it.
I'm going to go with the Clippers here. I'll take the 3 points. They're the better defensive team, and Paul George makes them an outstanding defensive club. I think this team has played really. They've overachieved most of the year, and I think they continue to do that. Minnesota's done a nice job, too. I love their big 3, but again, D'Angelo Russell is questionable for this game. I believe he's going to play, but I'm going to go with the defense, the better defensive team getting points in a game that's going to be very close. The last team that scores maybe wins this game. Give me the Clippers.
All right, the winner of that game advances and is the 7 seed taking on the Grizzlies. Meanwhile, you have the 9-10 game and the loser's out. The loser of this game is done. Winner has to win another winner-take-all game to be the 8 seed. So we have the Spurs heading down to NOLA to take on the Pelicans at the Smoothie King Center. Pelicans are favored by 5. You got a total of 229, another high total. Kenny, what do you want to do here?
Yeah, I was close this total. I was close to going under, but both these teams love to run and get up and down. So I passed there. I got a pretty decent difference, though, on the side in this game. I'm taking the Spurs plus the 5. Well-coached team. Going to get Murray back. I like the way they played down the stretch, but I do like the way the Pelicans have played, too. I just think the Spurs are a slightly better basketball team. I know Valanciunas didn't play. He's going to question for this game. I expect him to play. I think there's a little bit more question marks right now with the Pelicans than there are the Spurs. So I'll take the Spurs plus those points.
I'm with Kenny. I'm gonna double down. Give me San Antonio on the money line. I think they win the game. Talent differential, I think, a little bit more talent on that New Orleans roster, especially with C.J. McCollum in the mix. Now they've been a very good team since he was traded from Portland, but organizational excellence, a consistent understanding of who you are and what your role is as a player, and maybe the best coach of all time in Greg Popovich. I'm with you, Kenny. I think the number's wrong. I love San Antonio. I think it's a close game, but I think the Spurs win.
All right, so those are the play-in tournament games.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.